This is a problem of the commercial world. Time is money. Organic is not always organic. Grain-free is not always grain-free. Gluten-free means there is no gluten inside, but a lot of other nonsense and all this. Go to the farmers who look behind and go holistic. And when you listen to them, sorry to say, they speak better than any political guy. More honest, more straightforward. I like it. Morning, welcome in the Hunted Wellness Center here in Dubai, Jumeirah. I have no really idea why I'm here, because they invite me for some speeches about health, lectins, food and special bread. And a lot of fantastic people will come. The audience is all healthy orientated people, ladies, gentlemen. We have an audience, it's like a picture book. And we have good speakers here. So let's see what is coming out and enjoy the show. So we have also a goodie bag, of course our newspaper, of course a short story in Arabic and English about me, and a full fermented sourdough rye wheat bread. So the people will enjoy it, I'm sure. Fantastic.
Introduction, so you know exactly where everybody's coming from, so you know why they're here today.
I'm growing up in a baker family. With 8 years, my father asked me, do you like to be a baker? And really, I wanted. And even now, I know the day and how I told him yes. So, but then we had misunderstanding. In Germany, we say generation conflict. And when I was finished to be a baker, I left the family. I started to be a professional, international IFBB-approved trainer and nutritionist. Then I studied for my company, which I had to be a master. I studied engineering. I studied project management, where I have my PhD. I'm not a doctor in medical, please. I'm a professional trainer. And 20 years ago, I came to Dubai. Why I came to Dubai? Now, why we are all here in Dubai, more or less. I think this is the answer. It's a very good environment for people that like to go their own way. So, and I found Sven's Baker's Kitchen because I'm a speaker worldwide for environmental sustainability, health, food and bread in one point. Because bread can make us sick. Bread can make us fat, and even, let's be a little bit overloaded, bread can kill us. Have to be like this? No. And we follow tradition ways and new studies to make bread for most of the people healthy. I am by myself, have diabetes too. So I'm one of the people, bread is not a good option. But who said in the 21st century, bread have to be done out of grains? So, and this is why I'm very proud and humbled to be here. I am here today beside of this fantastic people.
We need to know about fermented bread versus the bread loaf we're just picking up in the supermarket.
We have to know. Means when you like to know something and you work with this, you get the knowledge and you train your mind to find a better way. So we have to know, and this is very important. And it is not only chemicals. It is not only what the normal doctor said to you, this is a DNA or the environmental. It is not only the chemicals and the environmental what make your food not healthy for you. It is the food by themselves. Because don't forget, whatever we eat is not a part of the body until it's coming to our gut. Even the cleanest water of the world will kill you. If you drink too much, your salt level in the blood will change, your brain will swallow, and no doctor will help you. So we have to understand what we eat and how we eat. We can't say in general everything green and organic is healthy. Organic grains is not healthy. Why? The plants by themselves had more than 400 million times, the human exists around 2 million, 400 million time to build defense to the animals, and this is what we are when we eat them. Who eats them? To protect them. I never saw a tomato run away. So there is ways what plants create to protect them: a big skin, a big gel, needles, poison on the needles, whatever. And the biggest defense are lectins. Lectins is proteins, thousands of them, which have to harm who eat this plant. Some plants have less, some plants have more, some lectins are even, can be positive in a low dosage for the human. But let's talk about grain. Grains have a high lectins, a lot of high lectins, special whole grain. And if we eat organic or not, we will eat them and they will harm us and they make us sick. When we talk about clean food, we talk more about only clean. We talk about health. We talk about life, lifetime and life quality, because we pay everything what we're doing in two currency: lifetime and life quality, good and bad. What the fermentation is doing, very roughly, the fermentation is cracking down a lot of lectins, like the most famous one, gluten. Gluten is a lectin built from gliadin, glutenin, and 20 antiproteins, and is a very strong, famous lectin, everyone knows this, which harms us. Other one is when someone who have a nut allergy and eat 2-3 nuts, he can die. This is a lectins which is in the nut. So this is a way how greens, I say in general, the family of all greens, of all nature food, protects them not to be eaten. But there is process, and even the cooking and the fire was a gift to crack lectins down. The legumes, if you water them and you cook them proper, because they are high contaminated with these lectins, you crack 60, 70, 80% of them down, and the rest is digestible. But in this time, everything is fast produced, high produced. You get everything from the nature, not reduced, plus all the chemicals and all the toxic stuff on top. So food can be an unhealthy bomb, especially in our gut and from there in the whole body. Fermentation, this means microorganisms get time with the flour, with the whole flour of a product, to crack a lot of lectins and other stuff down. Fermentation is the only way to make grains eatable, special in bread, when we talk about bread. All you have to understand, like you hear, the human body is out of nature. And if we don't work with the nature and all the microorganisms and all this tradition stuff, we will not survive healthy. And we can't survive our maximum of lifetime with a maximum of health. Organic flour from India or organic flour from Europe, real organic, costs money. Filtrated, renaturated, fermented water, what we do, costs time and money. Fermentation costs a lot of time. What is time? Money. And you need a lot of space to store your doughs. Now in the moment we make experiments to make room temperature fermentation to avoid chillers, fridges, about energy consumptions. It's again a new world for me, and I think I'm a baker or not. And I have to learn how the microorganisms act in this ambient, and I have to adjust myself to them. I don't push them in a jail with chemicals. You get my point? Chemicals help us to have an easy life. Without thinking, without learning, to break the nature in what we want. But the return is always the nature break us in what we don't like to be. We kill the soil, we kill the ocean, we kill the oxygen, the air, and by the end we kill ourselves. I'm not in general against industrial manufacturing. We can use the knowledge and the technique to help the planet to come back to clean, to help the human come back to tradition. I'm happy we have doctors. I'm happy when we have a car accident like a couple of years ago, there was doctors to save the life of my wife. Very honest. But the problem is what he said, a farmer, when he studies this, he gets 2 weeks learning about biofarming. And a normal doctor, when you read the process, what they have to learn in all the years, if they don't ask for extra training about food and health, they never get it. Pricing. All this costs time, space, knowledge, education. All this costs money. Of course, some supermarkets, some huge bakeries can make the products much cheaper than we do. But definitely in our products is a lot of knowledge involved to make it how healthy it is possible for the consumers and free of all the nonsense and gums and technical and enzymes which don't need to be declared. It's from nature what is nonsense, and chemicals. We look always what shows the calculation and what is acceptable from the consumers. We're not only pricing on our calculation. We have to adjust the food to our nature body. We can't adjust our body to industrial, high manufacturers, unhealthy stuff. We need between 50 and 100,000 years to adjust our biome, our holobiome, to a new food style. I will be not so old, unfortunately, so I will never adjust to this modern style. But be aware, whatever we talk about nice, outside in the world it will be used bad. Organic is not always organic. Grain-free is not always grain-free. Gluten-free means there is no gluten inside, but a lot of other nonsense and all this. Go to the farmers who look behind and go holistic. This is why healers and you, they look holistic, whole time, everything. And this is how we bake. And I don't dictate you what you eat. In our menu we have sausage and other things. We have a choice. No one has the right to dictate someone else except yourself. This was a lovely event. So many ladies mostly aware about them, their family, the environmental, the food, what they eat. Also, the audience was amazing. The speakers, so natural, so friendly, so honest, so straightforward. We need more of these events here in Dubai to create more awareness about a good, healthy life. I'm so happy. This makes my day. Now I run to the airport and I have a fantastic flight.